Hey, I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm actually here for the CrossFit Games, but look, I'm here the day before. Here we are. And I'm enjoying walking past all these fairly historic American houses. But what I found really interesting is, unlike Britain, where we seem to all love gardens, don't we? Well, I do, and we all like a little bit of garden. I found it really interesting that and I've seen this in New York as well, where my sister lives. She lives in Brooklyn. In America, they seem to build more or less right up to the plot. And at first, when I first saw that years ago, that seemed to me just to be a bit bizarre. Oh, I don't mean bizarre, and I don't mean that rudely. What I mean is, it was culturally different to what I was used to. Englishman and his castle, or her castle, and all that stuff. But now I'm kind of getting it. They're really attractive and they're really interesting. And it also chimes a little bit with what I'm doing with my property. So the first kind of 10 years were like that race, go, 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 up the mountain, as fast as you can. and it was always kind of nerve-wracking. Would I get the mortgage? Was everything going okay? I never once bought a house when I actually had the money already. So it was a bit kind of nerve-wracking, you know what I mean? And now that I've kind of built my portfolio, I'll still buy, don't worry. But I'm not buying at a rate of, we were landing a deal a week at one point, which was a little bit full on. Now I'm interested in looking at the square footage and the utilisation per square foot and the revenue per square foot. So we're doing things like permitted development in most of my, some of my houses. We're going up into the roof in a significant number. We may well turn them into apartments. And again, I've been kind of amazed. Look how lovely these houses are. I've been kind of amazed at how many of these beautiful houses have actually been turned into apartments. And I guess, well, it's just logical, isn't it? So I think the first stage of being an investor is fill your boots, buy as much as you can at an acceptable yield. And then the second stage is, okay, you got it, now maximize it. I still want to be very much top-end landlord, top-end tenants, a top-end revenue. It keeps... Ooh. There are a lot of CrossFitters here. And like me, because I'm 5'2", most of them are what my sister would call thick, as in short, squat, a little bit muscly. So I'm finding my tribe. It's just that I happen to be wearing a skirt today, so they can't spot me. But I think the next stage of being an investor is how to generate the most revenue logically in your property portfolio. So we want to remain at top end. There you go, look. Lovely. We want to remain top-end property, top-end tenants, top-end rent, top-end product. And the reason for that is I keep my properties in really great nick. It means they're very attractive. It means there are fewer viewings we need to do before somebody else snaps it up, because we're in Bristol. There's a lot of accommodation, but top-end accommodation is not that much, so I got fewer bits of competition. The kind of tenants that want to live in really great properties are typically easy to get along with tenants. They got their head screwed on. They they would like a high level service, and as a result they're kind of easy to work with, intelligent, reasonably well paid. So I'm not dealing with, unfortunately, difficulties with the social security system, stuff like that. So there's so many benefits to it, and if we ever inspect and our tenants fail, we do in our inspections have a £50 re-inspection fee, and we obviously want them to pass. I do not want 50 quid, I'm just so not interested. But what it means is that's a piece of behaviour management that generally keeps very good quality tenants in our houses, because they don't like it if they fail, so they tend to leave, which is fine by me, because I'd rather a higher quality tenant who's very interested in having a beautifully kept, really nice, tidy house, so that we can do our bit, they can do their bit. I'm not a kind of squeeze them in and shove them all together landlord, but at the same time, it's really sensible and logical to look at the floor space that you got, and then say, okay, with that same floor space, how can we improve our revenue? How can we improve our income? How can we improve our profitability? Because guess what? That's stage 2, and I'm going to guess, because I haven't got to stage 3 yet. Stage 3 is take all that additional revenue and pay down the debt. I've already paid off. I've got houses that are unencumbered already, but I'm really going for it now. So, in the middle of doing a video, spot the garden full of full of sunflowers. How gorgeous is that going to be? So I hope that's kind of useful to you guys. Stage 1 is acquire. I'm being out-lorried by the lorries. Stage 2 of them, they're having like a lorry off. Stage 1 is acquire. Stage 2 is improve revenue, yield and usage. Stage 3 is payoff. And I'm kind of halfway between stage 2, lorries, and stage 3. And I'm just watching these American houses where there's very little gardens and thinking, you guys have got your brain switched on. I think the lorry has won. I'm going to leave the lorry to it. Bye.